Hello everyone. Welcome back. As promised, I am back with another decoupage napkin tutorial. So I start off with a craft tangles cloth decoupage potlies. Now these potlies have a cloth material which are perfect for decoupage, be it you are using it with transfers, decoupage napkins, decoupage papers, etc. So earlier I have already shown you a tutorial with transfers. I'll try and link it below in the description for you all. And this time I'm going to use decoupage napkin. So here I'm showing you the decoupage napkin which I'm going to use, which is our newly launched Spring Flowers 1 decoupage napkin. And here you can see what logic goes behind whenever I'm selecting the shades of chalk paints. So the shades of chalk paint that I have selected are very similar to the flower design that I have selected, and that is how I select any chalk paint for any decoupage project whenever I plan to make one. As always, to particularly select that rose out and to tear it out of the entire sheet, I'm using a help of some water with a brush. So here I'm applying just water on top of the decoupage napkins to kind of create a very organic toned look onto the paper. And as you can see, whenever the water reacts with the paper slightly, it starts tearing off. So that is what you'll have to do in case you want a more organic tone look. As we have shown you in some of our craft angles lives as well, you could also use your hands to create that tone look. And if you don't want a tone look, you could definitely use a scissor. I just feel that this tone look gives it a more organic look and feel whenever you apply it on the surface. So here I'm just using the same method to kind of remove excess white papers also, and to kind of size it in such a way that it fits my potli. The design of the potli that I am using, or the size of the potli that I am using for this particular one, is a smaller one. Now I already prepped it with a chipboard that I have inserted just so that my potli stands flat. Now remember, whenever you are done with applying the paint, remove the chipboard or the packaging that I am using over here, the brown packaging, and then dry it, because if you don't, the color will start sticking onto the chipboard, and it may happen that your the potli will fuse to the chipboard or the packaging permanently. So I had done this off screen just to let you know that this needs to be done. Now the shades that I had selected, which was a shade of yellow, which is pale daffodil, a shade of muted orange peachy color, which is rosewood, and a shade of green, which in this case is a moss green. I have selected all these colors and I have removed them on my palette, plastic palette. And then I am using white along with these shades to kind of blend them on my potli. Now you can see me using the colors in such a way that they are similar to the shades around the design. So wherever there are flowers, I have tried and use orange. Wherever there are leaves, I have tried and use greens. And wherever there were those dried out leaves, I have used a shade of yellow. So I have kept that concept in my mind when I was blending the colors. And you can see I'm using a spray bottle to kind of make sure that whenever I feel that the colors are drying, I'm using that spray bottle to move my colors around. That's the only logic I have used, and trust me guys, the blending came out really beautiful. So this is a good hack if you are a beginner on how to blend colors. Now whatever was the leftover colors, I am just kind of using the same shades on the sides and on the back, just to kind of make sure that the potli looks finished and the back is not empty or white. So I'm just using the same colors. Now once everything is air dried, time for the fun part, which is actually sticking our napkin onto the design. So for that, I'm using folder method as opposed to the direct application that I used in my last video. That also I'll link down below for you all in case you are new. And what I'm doing is I'm putting my napkin face down onto the folder and then using water and my brush and a very light hand. I'm just applying water onto the napkin. So what this will do is this will make sure to remove any wrinkles or bubbles from my napkin, and my napkin is ready to be sticked on the surface. So now coming onto our surface, which is our potli, I have again prepped it with a chipboard so that it lays flat, and then I am applying decoupage glue with a wet brush. This helps me with moving the glue around. And once I am applying the glue wherever I want, I will take back the folder and then I will stick the napkin face down onto the potli. Okay, and it is that simple. Now this technique personally for me gives me minimal wrinkle, even though you can see I'm quite impatient and I work very quickly. This video is just I think 3x sped, so you can understand the kind of speed with which I am working, even though this is just my second project using these napkins. So trust me when I tell you that they are extremely easy to use, especially if you have used napkins in personally beforehand. This is going to be cakewalk for you. If you are new like me in the world of napkins, this will make your life easier. Now, as always, whatever products that I have used in my tutorial or I talk about in my tutorial, they'll all be linked below in the description of this YouTube tutorial, or you will also be you can also check out my blog where I have linked them each and every product that I have used, so that it's easier for you to see what products, etc., as well as the close-up of the final project. Now, personally for me, the most tricky part is to make sure that the corners don't get lifted when you are lifting the folder. So for that, you'll see I do a little bit of maneuvering with my other brush, which has a smaller tip, and making sure that none of the napkin comes back with the folder whenever I'm lifting folder. Once you master that, it's easier. Now you can see after even doing so much maneuvering, one leaf came torn with the folder, and then I'm using my finger and I just applied the leaf back, and you can see it doesn't even feel that it was out of the place at all. Now once everything is again air dried, I will go back with my sanding block and remove the excess paper using a sanding block. Now once that is done, you can see I was not happy with the kind of blending that happened below. So what I am doing over here is I am kind of going back with the same green shade and I am kind of adding that wherever I felt, the blending was not enough. So what this will do is it will blend down my image seamlessly to the portly. So for people, it will feel like it is either printed or painted on the portly. So that's the whole idea of decoupage that I feel. Now this is the outcome of the decoupage portly. And just to add a little bit of fun and to bring a little bit of yellow back, what I have done is I am adding some gold splatters, and for that I am diluting the gold texture paste with some water and adding that splatters. And this I will call my project done. Now I have washed this potli with my hands twice and nothing came off after adding a coat of decoupage glue. So I have sealed everything with a decoupage glue, and then I have washed this potli twice with hand and nothing has came off. So it is indeed washable. Just make sure that you wash it with hands and not in a machine. Also don't overdo it, so don't wash it daily, wash it only when necessary. And also make sure that you use the right decoupage glue. The decoupage glue, etc., that I have used is linked below. And as always, I leave you with a lot of close up so you can see how the project turned up. I will see you soon with another tutorial. Till then, guys, take care. Bye bye.